I remember as a young believer asking this question, okay, who is God? And some believers, some brothers and sisters gave me answers that I found kind of unsatisfactory. Someone would say, well, he's great, God is great. And I would say, oh, okay, fine, but that just describes what he's like. It doesn't tell me who he is. Someone else would say, well, he's close to us, and I would say, okay, but who is that person who is close to us? Who is he? And I would ask this question of God, and yet someone else would say, well, he's the one, he loves us, and I would say, yeah, that's awesome, but that's quote unquote only what he does. It's who is he? And as time went on, I came to understand, of course, that there are so many answers to that question, answers greater than what I can grasp with my heart, and answers that even in those replies that I received from my brothers and sisters, worthy answers even in there, and then answers that are just too great for me, which means I get a lot of answers for that question, who is God? But also there will always be more, and that's really good news, because I can keep getting to know him and it's never going to get boring. But one of the ways to define him would be what the other day in the service we spoke about, Luke 19:10, that Jesus, that the Savior, that he came to seek and save those who were lost. That our God is, yes, for the Son of God came to seek and save that which was lost. That God, is the one who finds that which was lost. He finds the lost things, and that's something really awesome about him, that he doesn't leave the lost things lost, but he looks for them, he finds them. The lost people, he looks for them and he finds them. And this kind of explains what Jesus was doing at that well in John 4, in that great story. So he's meeting in verse 7 with that woman of Samaria, and she says, well, actually no, she goes to the well, and then Jesus says, give me to drink. And the woman is like, and I would ask, with my great intellect and stupidity, I would ask, well, Lord, aren't you the Savior of the world? And he would say yes, and then I would ask, well, don't you have something more important to do than to talk to this lady? I mean, she's not an important person. She's a side character, if anyone is. I mean, she's, in a movie today, she would be an extra. We don't even know her name. The gospel record doesn't even record her name. She's that much just a side character. Jesus, if you're the Savior of the world, surely you have more important things to do. And Jesus would answer with a knowing smile, just would say, no, I really should be here. I really should be talking to her. This is the place. And why? Well, because he came to seek and save the lost. That's why he came. And even today, that's what he does. I would ask him, don't you have someone more important to win? I mean, like maybe you could talk to Caiaphas, the high priest, and convert him and bring him to the Father. Surely that would be more significant than this woman. and he would say, no, this is the Father's will. This is where I belong, and I'm seeking and saving the lost, and that's my place. That's who I am, and that's as good an answer to who God is as really any. And he would say, this is where I belong, because how did he say in Luke 12:7? He said, you are more important than many sparrows, which I think it's kind of a sarcastic and really awesome way of putting it. But that's what he said to the disciples, and that's what he thought about this woman. She's more important than a lot of sparrows. This is an important moment with her. And see, this gives you and me, I think, hope, because when I lose faith and I'm uncertain that God cares, when I fail and I'm uncertain that God forgives, when I pray and I'm uncertain whether God hears, then this is really the answer. You are more important than many sparrows, and the Son of Man has come to seek and save that which was lost, which means that yes, he is looking for you. Why would he be looking for me, is my question in all of those cases. And the answer is the same as to that woman and as to the disciples. So I think that's very encouraging. God bless your day.